Welcome to the We Don't Play station. Shannon, it's good to see you.
I am so excited to be here. Thank you. And hello, everyone.
It's so good to see. I'm just thinking about where we met on Instagram randomly. You had a live event. Somebody pinged me in through a mention. Shout out to Thelma. And this is how it happens. So just give us a little breakdown of who you are and what you do, because I know already a lot enough to validate what you're about to say, but I want people to also have that same feel I had the first time I got in contact with you on Instagram.
Absolutely. So, hey everyone, I'm Shannon Brown, the CEO of Create Your Own Empire, and I basically help new entrepreneurs learn how to use the power of marketing to use that to build the foundation to their business. Of course, grow on Instagram because everybody wants to grow on Instagram, and use the power of marketing to, really grow their e-commerce store as well. So it has been a journey. We'll get into it, right? Because I'm excited. And I don't want to give out too much in the beginning because I will let you ask your questions, but that's what I do. I love marketing because marketing is so powerful. And it's because of marketing, it's how we met in a sense. And so marketing is something that is so multi-dimensional because you have all these different aspects to it. You have network marketing, content marketing, video marketing. So marketing is evolving. And so, Fat Joe says yesterday's price is not today's price. Well, yesterday's marketing is not today's marketing. And so, I'm just excited to kind of show entrepreneurs, especially those who are new, how to actually harness that power earlier. Because when we hop into business, we're so excited. We just want to get that social media page up. We just want to start growing. We want to start making sales. And we begin to miss all these different pieces, which is why I focus on foundational and marketing, because I get it. I've been there before.
Wow. Thank you so much for bringing this up, because now I'm thinking about how businesses start. Think about it, right? Not everyone is social media savvy. Some people hire, some people get a VA, some people have to learn for 6 months how to work an Instagram post. So how does someone beat the time and maximize on their efforts without being too spendthrift mindset savvy, if that makes sense?
So that's a real good question. So when you think about it, let's actually think about why we start our business in the first place, right? Like, we all have like this one driving factor that kind of leads us into business, right? We're either tired of our jobs, we want to make more money, or we see other people thriving in an industry that we feel like we can actually make a market, right? So like a few years ago, like the hair boom, right? Everybody wanted to have a hair business. Like, it was the thing to have if you were a girl. It didn't matter. Everybody sold hair. And so either you get into it, like I said, because you're tired of your current situation, you're tired of your job, or you see other people doing it. But once we start, and typically once people actually start their business, now we're like, okay, we're in there, we put ourselves out there, so now we got to go full force, right? And when you start something, we have this one idea in mind, and then as we go along throughout the journey, we're like, whoa, I didn't know all of this was involved. I'm just out here trying to make money, trying to live my life, trying to change, trying to quit. I'm trying to buy bags and buy cars and buy houses and have 1 million followers on social media. I didn't know it was going to come with all of this. And so it's the missing pieces, because when we start out in business, it's just us, right? If you're lucky enough to afford a virtual assistant, if you're lucky enough to afford someone to help you build your business, you're fortunate. But if you're not, like, if you're like majority of people who are starting their business and it's just you, you have to learn everything. You have to learn how to use social media. You're not just going to hop on social media and start growing, right? Like, it's kind of really hard to do. It really takes time because now social media is evolving. Yesterday's social media is not today's social media. There's more relationship focused, driven. And so that comes with marketing. And so I didn't even understand that. Yo, I've only been on Instagram since November of 2019.
Oh, so, wow.
People ask, like, people kind of shocked when I tell them that, but I'm like, I'm just figuring out that it's not about the sale. It's not about who has the most, followers, it's literally about building the relationship, making that relationship. And that's what business is about, is forming that relationship with your audience, with your consumers, your clients, your customers, everyone call them, so that they can get to, that know, like, and trust factor, so that they can become a part of your business for life.
I love that. Relationship building is so key. And I know you talk about it much with Create Your Own Empire. Tell us more about how you even came up with that name.
Okay. I didn't even answer that. Funny story. I did not start this. I did not start Create Your Own Empire to be I don't even like to call myself a coach. I didn't start. Where I'm at now is not why I started Create Your Own Empire. Which is why I say sometimes we start our business with one thought in mind, and the journey changes. We take a left turn, we take a right turn down the road. As you begin to figure yourself out and learn more about yourself as an entrepreneur. But I started Create Your Own Empire because I wanted a place. This is supposed to be like a business directory. So if you built websites, if you did logos, if you did social media management, if you were a VA, you can come list your business on my website so that entrepreneurs can come find you. That's literally how this started. Believe it or not. My slogan was brick by brick will help you build your empire. Like, my goal was to have, new businesses join, put their business on my website. And I was going to funnel this whole thing out. But I've been in business since 2011, excuse me. 2011. It's the first time I opened up my own first business, Butters, Bombs, and Beauty. I made homemade, natural, and organic bath, body, and aromatherapy products. So candles, body butters, all of that stuff. I did that. All that happened accidentally because I was super poor and could not afford Eucerin for my daughter's skin. Like, literally, my business was birthed out of I couldn't afford $12 lotion. That's literally how my first business started. So, being in business for that long, you have this mindset where, for me, it was like all about money. And no matter how much money I made, I still ended up quitting. I still ended up not loving it, even though I loved the business. What I did, I didn't love the business. If that makes sense, I love what I did, but I didn't love the business. Because when the money wasn't coming in, I had no real connection. I had no real motivation. And then a few years later, I opened up a hair company, right around the hair boom. I lived in Houston, and I would deliver hair. Like, I was making money once again. And then I moved because we're a military family, and we move every 3 to 4 years. And when I moved to Kentucky, and when you come from a booming city to a rural area, and you're trying to sell weave, hair, bundles, wigs, it's hard. So once that money stopped, the motivation stopped. And so here in where I'm at right now in my journey, I had to make sure, I had to kind of identify why. You know what I mean? Why? Because when we have to really get to know ourselves as entrepreneurs, we have to really get to know ourselves as leaders before we can excel up to the next level. And I say, you know what? It can't be about the money. It has to be about the people. And so, and when we talked about this on live, I see myself as a transformer because I'm transforming lives. When you are in business, no matter what you do, what you sell, you are transforming someone's life. You're either providing them with something, you're solving their problems, you're helping them. And once you look at business beyond the money, that's where you begin to really make an impact. And the goal, what we're trying to figure out as young entrepreneurs, right? Young meaning like we're still new in this experience, is how can we make that impact? Because we're not wired to really think about the impact in the beginning. You know what I mean? Most people think about how they can make an impact once they already made it. All right, I made it now. I'm making millions. How can I make my impact? But once you start, I believe if you start thinking about that early, you will see a shift. You know, everything I do, every product I create, every connection I make, it's how is this impacting somebody else? And so that has been a big shift for me inside my business, the way I run things. So if I don't make money on Monday, I'm okay. I'm still motivated enough to get up on Tuesday and Wednesday to keep going because it's no longer about the money. Because I know it's going to come. I just have to go out there and make the impact and make the change.
Yeah, I love that. Change is important because we get to adapt every day. And sometimes this platforms like surprise us. Oh, we have stories now. Oh, we have reels now. You know, so you don't get to choose what comes, but you get to dictate how you flow or how you rock your boat. So like when you build the relationships with people, how does a business owner start using these assets, post stories, guides, reels? Like what do they start with? And why do they need to keep consistent on those platforms that they're on initially?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you think about the main platforms that entrepreneurs are on, right? TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, they're all competing within each other, which is why Instagram had to put this big emphasis on their reels. Because people love TikTok for the reels. Like TikTok is literally dominating the short video space right now. So Instagram, seeing that as their competitor, okay, well, how can we get a leverage on this? How can we get our foot into the short video? Right now, YouTube has shorts, okay? So short video is very powerful in a space, especially when it comes down to marketing, because it's basically saying that consumers don't want to watch long video. If they do, they go to YouTube. But short video is where it's at. Now, it's a lot of pressure to ask someone, you know what? I just want to start my business I just want to make body butter. All right. I just want to make, I just want to make body butter for people. Now I have to make videos. Now I got to make reels. Now I got to make content when I just want to make this product. I just want to make this product. So 10 years ago, when I started my aromatherapy company, I wasn't on social media. Like, no joke. I had a Facebook page and I did pop-up shops and word of mouth referral and marketing. Yesterday's marketing is not today's marketing. And you're right. Whatever that platform says, look, you want to grow on this platform, this is what you got to do. So it's how adaptable can you be, right? Because not a lot of people want to really adapt. And then you get like this false sense of, well, if I want to grow, I got to do reels. And then you see all these people who do reels and go, oh, I did 30 reels and I got 100,000 followers last month. And then you're like, I did 30 reels. Why did I get 30,000 followers last month? Like, what's the correlation? And so it's always understanding that it's a growth thing. Like, people have to understand everybody grows at different rates. Everybody's account is not just going to take off. And so when you look at what it actually takes to be a social media entrepreneur, because that's really what we all are. We are social media entrepreneurs. That's where our businesses ran. Technically, you don't even need a website anymore. You don't need a website anymore. 10 years ago, you needed a website. You don't need a website anymore. We are social media entrepreneurs. So we have to play the game. We have to go by the rules. Shit, Instagram said you got to do a reel every day to keep your account active. Everybody will be doing reels every single day. So you have to be adaptable and be ready for change at any given moment. Like, you know, remember when reels first came out and everyone was like, oh, I don't know if I really want to do that. Now it's necessary. It's a part of the social media strategy. Video content is on the rise. It's here to stay, and it's going to dominate every form of aspect inside of our business from now until who knows what else comes along next. But you just have to be ready for the change and be willing and understand that you don't have to be perfect to change. You know, I think a lot of people want to change and feel the need they have to be perfect. You just have to start making the shift. You just have to start shifting to get better. And I think once we take that pressure off of ourselves as entrepreneurs to say, you know what, this is what I can do. And just be realistic with yourself. We gotta be realistic with ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. Just be realistic. So, you know, just be willing and be ready to be adaptable. You know, you don't have to change. Doesn't mean make a 90-degree turn. Change just means start 1-degree turn every day is a change. So change doesn't necessarily mean, you know what I mean? You don't have to take this big leap. Take one small step every single day and you're changing something.
That's gold right there. You know, people don't think about that change when they have to make a sudden change or drastic change, because they're like, oh, I have to move. Like, you're moving locations literally house to house. That's a change. That's changing weather, changing culture, changing traffic. Like, it's changing everything. So some people don't want to adapt because they want to stay comfortable, but at the same time, they want to build that money without being uncomfortable.
Right. Yeah. Like, you can't grow and stay in the same place at the same time. It's like impossible. You can't stand up if you refuse to bend your knees. If you refuse to move your body up, you can't grow if you're uncomfortable, if you're just stuck in one place. So becoming complacent inside your business. And I kind of am like almost convinced that, and it's okay, not everybody has dreams of being a millionaire. Some people just start their business because it's something to do. You know what I mean? It's something. True. I don't know if becoming an entrepreneur is now like a fad. It's something that everybody wants to do. And that's good. I think everybody should experience business in their own form, because given our country and just the world in general, when you are an entrepreneur, you are free. Like, you have the freedom to run your life, run your business the way you want to. But not everybody can really handle that freedom, because so shout out to me, because I am like, let me see, 2 weeks. Yeah, my last day of work was September the 1st. So I left my good government job, as my mom would say. And I've been, solo. I've been really entrepreneuring. I've been really doing this thing for 2 weeks. And so what I've learned is that everybody wants to leave their job, right? And once you leave that job and you're a full-time entrepreneur, what do you do with your time all day? You know what I mean? Don't be I'm a mom. I still have a 1-year-old at home. So I have 4 kids. And my 1-year-old is home. And when she's up, I can't be on my computer. I'm like literally Coco Melon. I'm reading books. I'm playing. I don't have time. I can't even really pick up my phone because she thinks it's her phone. So she'll have my phone and the TV on. So I can't watch TV and I can't be on my phone at the same time. So once you let go and you actually make it to where you can leave your job, if you're not structured, if you don't have a schedule, if you're not disciplined, if you're not committed, it is so easy to, literally, my husband was like, oh, are you going to take a nap? I'm like, I can't take a nap. I got work to do. Like, I'm still working. You know what I mean? So people have to really understand that. I always tell people, be careful what you pray for. Everybody want to get out of their job until they're out of their job. Everybody want to be famous until you're famous and you can't handle the pressure. Everybody wants sales until you got sales and you realize that, oh my gosh, I got to deal with logistics. I got to deal with shipping. I got to deal with all this stuff. Everybody wants social media followers until they get the followers and realize, oh my gosh, I still got to pump out more content. I got to do this. I got to do that. So be careful what you ask for and grow as you're able to. Grow as you evolve. You know what I mean? It's not a rush. I think we're rushing too much.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of rush because people don't think they have enough time.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I don't know where they get that concept from.
Literally, I just had this revelation. We're social media entrepreneurs. When you're on social media every day and you see people in your industry growing, you see people who you're like, man, we offer the same thing. How's she able to do that and I can't? So now you feel that pressure to be greater. You feel that pressure to feel like you gotta be where somebody else is, or you're not going to be respected. You know what I mean? You're not going to be seen as that leader, and you don't even know that those people probably been on social media for like 10 years. Mm-hmm. I'm literally November 2019. I was 8 months pregnant. That's literally when I got serious about, okay, you know what? Let me actually learn Instagram. Let me actually learn how to use this, because I see that I can't run my business how I used to 10 years ago when I didn't need a social media account. So,
right.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of pressure. And if you're new and you don't have the mindset, like I've been in business for years, so I get it. But if I was brand new to this, I would be so intimidated. I would feel like I had to play catch up. I would feel like I had to be at a certain place in order to be seen as successful when I'm just in the beginning stages of my business.
That's deep. That is very deep. Now I think about what you said about evolving as you grow, and some people get some marketing tools. They can get some apps. They can get some services that as soon as they get it, they're on their way to the top of the channel. But it's hard to maintain that top when you don't know how you got there. So if you can tell us a little bit more about, because I know you have a book, which is called My Big Book of Marketing Resources. If someone gets this book and they're listening to you, how can they skyrocket or create a catalyst for their business so that they're not behind their competitors?
Right. So now we are living, of course, there's an app for everything. There's a tool for everything. And when it comes down to marketing, I kind of feel like, at least from my experience working with the people that I've worked with over the last almost 2 years, coming up on 2 years, no one really knows what marketing is. Like, everyone's perception, especially when you're new to business, of marketing is different. And they don't really know what it is. So when you don't know what something is, it's kind of hard to know where to start at. So basically, marketing is getting your products and services in front of the right people to get them to take action, right? So we can convert them into a sale and retain them so that they can become a loyal customer, so they can come back, or they can refer, our businesses out to their families and our friends, right? So eventually, whenever we can become, oh my gosh, you need someone in Pinterest, I got you. You need someone in marketing, I got you. So that's who we want to become, and that's all through marketing. But when you don't know where to start, one of the biggest mistakes that you can make is not knowing where to start. So I created this book, and remember, everything I create, I ask myself, how can this product be an impact? How can this impact somebody's life? Because it's not about me just making a sale. It's okay. I understand there's a lot. You open up your phone right now, you type in marketing apps. What do you use? What do you use? What do you go to? what apps, what tools, what classes, what courses, what podcasts. So this book is literally filled with over 75. It's literally like over 100. I just said 75 because it sounded really good. 75 sounds solid. I was going back and forth. Like, should I say over 100 or should I say over 75? 75 sounded good to me. But it's literally like over 100 pieces of information, marketing information inside this book. So I broke it down between apps and tools. So apps that I have paid for, I have tried, I have helped my clients like utilize and understand and learn when it comes down to marketing. Because last thing you want to do is like, you know what, you should try this app, and then you pay for the app and the app doesn't work out for you, and then you go to another app, and then you go to another app, and then you go to another app.
Right. So
I limited to about 20 apps that I know will get you in the right direction and get you started. Then I started focusing on all the social medias: Clubhouse, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And I gave all my tips, tools, and strategies to help you to grow in those different areas. I put on my favorite podcast, and Lord, I would have put you on there if I would have knew about you a week ago. But you'll be in volume 2. I promise you'll be in volume 2.
Thank you.
So, but because marketing is also about learning, I included my favorite podcast on marketing, my favorite books on marketing, and my favorite. My favorite learning resources. My apologies. My favorite learning resources that will help you just get started.
Yeah.
Because when you know where you get started, now you have like that roadmap, and you could just literally open up the book and say, okay, you know what? Let me look at these tips and strategies. Let me see. Okay, you know what? I don't have to go on Google and endlessly Google search, endlessly YouTube search, endlessly search for social media, because that's time. And time is the one valuable thing we can't get back. We can get money back. We throw out money, we invest money, we can get that back. But time is the only thing we can't get back, literally. So we have to be very useful of our time as entrepreneurs. Imagine you already work a 9 to 5, you're a mom, you're a dad, and you're running your business. So what would your day look like? You get up, you got to get your kids ready for school, you got to go to work, you got your 1 little hour lunch break to look at your phone and try to be on social media, you got to drive home, you got to come home, pick the kids up, do the kids, do dinner, do bath. If you got a spouse, you got to find time to be with your spouse. So where does that time fit in for your business before you go to bed? So you don't have time to be aimlessly searching for things, because I'm going to give you all this big old book of resources, marketing resources to help you get started.
Yeah.
And that's what the book is all about. But my focus, honestly, is, because I break things up by quarter, is to really close out the 4th quarter with marketing, because that's what I realized. That's what I believe is going to be the big difference maker in how we market. How we market in correlation to our in correlation to our sales, and how our business grows, and how we can build that relationship. Because marketing is relationship building. Marketing is not about sales.
Right.
Y'all hear me? Marketing is not about sales. Marketing is about building relationships. And once you build that relationship, then the sale comes.
Our goal has always been your ultimate satisfaction. We offer the best internet service for Canadian families, with no contractor commitment and unlimited internet speed. Plus, a 7-day trial and 100% refund. Your satisfaction is guaranteed with Transat Telecom.
So you can't miss that important part of the equation. Okay, so it's like A plus B equals C. Okay, so marketing plus relationship building equals sales. That's the formula. And you have to figure out what apps, tools, applications do I need to use to build the relationships to get the sales. And that's what it's all about.
That's facts. I think you dropped it on him.
I need to write that down because that one just came from the top of my mind.
That's the beauty when you actually have spontaneous mindset going, because you act off, the emotion, how you feel. And some people have the most incredible ideas when they didn't plan it, and that's what they've taken along the rest of their career. So it's all in practice, and you never know what's going to happen when you're not in the presence of that platform or that potential need to actually thrive in, because you don't know who could actually find you if you don't post.
Right. Posting, oh my gosh. Posting. Should I post one time? Should I post 3 times? Should I post 5 times? The fact is, like, I know people who post 1 time. I know people who post 5 times a day. And you'll see people say, you don't need to post every day to grow, And so my advice is this. You have to find what works for you, which is why you need to know what your audience wants from you. Now, if you have 100,000 followers and I have 1,000 followers, should I post 1 time a day? No, because out of the 1,000 followers, only 10% are really seeing my posts. And out of that 10%, which would be 100 people, how many people are actually going to like and take action on what I'm actually building?
Right.
And what I mean by take action, I mean push the like button, leave a comment, save, share. And out of those people, who are actually going to go listen to the call to action? Now let's take you, who has 100,000 followers, right? Your 10% is going to look different than my 1,000. So you can get away with posting 1 time a day, right? Versus me, who would have me. So you have to really understand that a lot of these people who are telling you to post a certain way, they've already made it. You know what I mean? They can take a whole week off and come back and be good. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you have to find what works for you, test and tweak. And it's most definitely quantity over quality. You can put out 1 good post a day and be good. But if you know that your content still need a little bit of help, now is the time to mess up your content. Now is the time to figure out what doesn't work. Post the ugly content while you can. Post the ugly content when you're in your young phase where it's okay. You look at some people's face, it's okay. She's still growing.
Right.
Get it out now. Now is the time to make all the mistakes in your business. I tell people, look, test and tweak as much as you need to while no one's really paying attention to you. Exactly. Because you don't want to be at 100,000 followers and you can't get your stuff together. I don't know how you make it there, but you don't want to be there and still be confused about your brand. I don't know how you make it there and you're confused, but now is the time to test and tweak and understand that you don't have to, it's not a magic number. It's just about putting out quality in whatever you do. You can have 1 quality reel a day. You can have 1 quality post a day. But a lot of people also tend to forget social media, that first part of it, social. You can't post and not go out and be social with other people and expect people to come and show you love, expect people to come and, give you all the things that you're not willing to give out of it, to give it back. Mm-hmm. So social media, you still have to spend just as much time going out there and engaging. And it kills me when I see these mega accounts that tell you to go out and I be like, now y'all know good darn well y'all are not posting on 25 people's pages a day.
Right.
Y'all know this. Come on now. Y'all know this is fact. Y'all are not going out there and leaving 25 genuine comments a day. So
that's a lot of thinking.
It's well, why? It's kind of we have to. We got to put the work in. That's what it is, right? You have to put the work in until you make it, because, and I tell this to people a lot, when you're building an audience, they're still getting to know you, right? So you take someone who's been on Instagram for 10 years, their audience knows them, feels a part of them. They can get on live and be like this. They can eat, you know what I mean? They can be this. But when your people are getting to know you and they come on live and you just eating dinner and they like, I ain't gonna sit here and watch her eat dinner.
Right.
Who is she?
Exactly.
So you have to be very intentional. And I think that we're on social media so much that it tends to blend into our lives. And I think I mentioned this on the live the other day, but this is still our business account. Like this is our business account. Majority of us are on Instagram under our business account, running it with our personal feelings. And so
whoa, say that again.
We are on our business account, running it with our personal feelings, meaning that I can see it. You know, I don't know if you ever like see like I love my kids. I post my kids, and I do. And I do believe you should humanize your brand, but you have to understand that you're running your business, and that doesn't mean that you always have to interject your personal feelings, your personal thoughts, your personal this, because this is your business. Like in 5 years, I don't want it to just only be me, Lord. Like somebody, if it's just me in 5 years, all right, because I'm gonna come back and listen to this for 5 years, something is wrong. Something has gone terribly wrong. And I want everybody to understand who's on social media right now. Get a personal page if you want to get personal. I almost got into an argument yesterday on social media, and I had to remember I'm on my business account. Let me stop. Let me stop, because everybody who reads these comments, they're not reading it from Shannon. They're not seeing Shannon's point of view. They're seeing create your own empire's point of view. You are representing your company, your business. Like, can you, as Flav Beats, get out there and start talking crazy? Because people, they're going to come back to you and your business and be like, what? You know what I mean? It's not you. So we have to understand that this is still our business. Just like if you work for a corporation, you're not going to be under your corporation's Instagram or social media page and talking crazy and talking reckless and sharing how you feel. Don't get that twisted. Don't get that twisted. That's crazy, right?
That is crazy. The personal feelings part, a lot of people probably, it hit home. It was like, yeah, I kind of feel that. Because when you don't get a sale, you personally feel terrible. So you kind of can detach from that feeling because you're not thinking as a businessman, you're thinking like an opportunist. So it's completely different.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's something that, like I said, these are learning things that we have to learn about. And if nobody's talking about it, no one's going to learn about it. No one's paying attention to those things. And that's what really matters. Of course, we are the front face of our business, but it's just still a business. At the end of the day, you're still running a business. You're not running your personal life. You have to understand that and look at it from the bigger picture, and understand that everything that we do affects our business. Everything we say affects our business. And you just have to be very cautious. We have to be very cautious of that. Now online, everybody has an opinion. I'm in the military, right? So I've been in the Army since 2009. And I kind of make this correlation. When I got my uniform on, guess what? My hair has to be up. We're just able to wear earrings. So they passed that like last year, or actually this year, where females can wear earrings. But before that, I couldn't wear earrings. Can't wear lipstick. Can't wear nails. Your hair had to be up. Had to be up. When you're in uniform, you're representing the Army. So it's the same way with your business. You know what I mean? I can't walk and talk on the phone. I can't be outside walking and drinking with water. I can't carry an umbrella. If I'm in my uniform and it's pouring down raining, I can't have an umbrella. So, wow. And it is because, all right, I'm a representation. And that's crazy, right? Like, it's those little things. You gotta have your hat on when you go outside. You're in your military uniform. You gotta have your hat on. But if somebody else was to see me and I'm walking and talking on my phone and I'm in uniform, you better believe they're going to call me out. Especially if they're in the military, they're going to call me out because I'm not me. I'm representing something greater, and that's what we are as entrepreneurs. And I want all my new junior entrepreneurs out there to understand that your business is your business. Period. Your business is your business. And we're not in business for ourselves. We're in business to change lives. We're in business for other people. Our business only works if other people interact and buy from our business. So, utilizing the power of marketing and understanding that building relationships around the fact that it's not about us, it's not about our growth, it's about affecting change, it's about impacting, it's about becoming something greater, being able to see the bigger picture, being able to adapt and change and use these tools and features. And you don't even have to spend a lot of money on marketing. You don't have to spend a lot. You just have to be more creative. You have to be more innovative. You have to be more willing to do things that nobody else is willing to do. Look inside your industry. If your industry is saturated out there, if you're listening, you're like, my industry is so saturated, figure out how you can be different and you won't have that problem no more. Because I feel like people who say their industry is saturated because they have fallen into what everybody else is doing. All right, everybody wants to be a coach, but I do things differently. I teach differently. I run my classes differently. I'm just a different person. I talk about things that not a lot of people talk about, and I challenge people to think differently. I like to offer a different perspective and a different view because I have failed, not once, but twice, but I'm not afraid of failing. And so when I'm working with people and I see the urge, I feel their urgency, I'm able to identify those things. I'm able to kind of help them see things in a different light. That's that.
That's facts. No, thank you so much for bringing this information, because I think when people start thinking about their business and personal interaction on platforms, you have to change your mindset. And that's really why I'm happy you were able to be here to give us this insight on what to do. Definitely got to check out those over 75 marketing tools, over 100 marketing tools. They got to check it out. And if there's any way that they can get in contact with you, how can they do that? Because we've talked about all these things and I want them to reach out to you so that they can say, hey, I heard what you said and I'm stuck. Can you help me? So how can they get that assistance from you outside the podcast?
Absolutely. So for one, you guys most definitely come and join my community on Instagram. I despise the word followers. I don't like followers. I don't want followers. I need people to join my community who are leaders. Even when it comes down to engaging, I want to build my vision of social media is growing a community of leaders. It is not just one leader. Like, I'm not a dictator. All right. I want multiple leaders inside of my community, and everybody can pull on everybody to use them as a resource, right? Like, I can't be everything to everybody. But if you have all these people, and I guess that's the beauty of being like a coach or consultant, you get to work with all these different people who have all these different talents. But that's the beauty, right? That's what building a community is relying on everybody inside of the community to make the community great.
Yep.
So I don't want followers, right? I don't want people who just want to follow what I do. I want people who are ready to lead inside of their industry. So I always tell people, just join my community. Don't follow me on Instagram. Come join my community. You will see that I never ever write follow me on Create Your Own Empire. I don't do that. But you can most definitely find me on Instagram at createyourOwn_empire. somebody has created your own empire as well. Which is
Great
crazy.
minds think alike.
Yeah. So follow me over there. Join me over there. My apologies. And I'm actually getting ready to open up my membership because I do have an online school. It is the Empire Business Academy. So I started it in from April to August. And within that short time frame, with like 10% marketing, a lot of it was word of mouth from students that would tell other students to take courses and classes. So I'm so excited to launch that again in the fourth quarter because it just allows me to connect and teach on a different level. I teach very differently. You come out of my courses, you're not getting that ABC book stuff. Like I challenge people to think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really do. So yeah, just come join my community over there, and I'd love to have you. Introduce yourself. Say, hey, I saw you on the podcast.
Hey, definitely. Thank you so much, Shannon, for bringing the light. We're talking about the power of marketing, and you definitely brought it, and you answered all the questions I believe people have been asking themselves. How can I start? What do I start with? How many times do I post? That's the power of what you've brought to this conversation, and I really appreciate you for that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Like I'm so honored. How we met was a blessing, and so I tell people, be careful what you pray for and be ready when God is going to answer your prayers for you. So I'm so excited just to see the growth of your podcast, to see the growth of your business. I'm so glad I get to jump right at the exciting part of it. And thank you to all the listeners out there. And I just appreciate you for choosing me, allowing me to share my thoughts inside your space today.
Anytime. You're most welcome. And definitely we'll be having you back. We're going to talk about the behind the podcast, and we'll have that on Clubhouse very soon. So I look forward to that.
I'm excited. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
All right. Bye.